Good evening, and welcome to the July 9th Eastchester Board of Education meeting. Tonight is actually our reorg meeting, so before we get to the superintendent's report and some of the other procedural items that we have, I'd like to start out with the nominations for our reorg. So I will start out by nominating Christine Civitano-Lombardi for school board president for this upcoming term. Do I have a second for Christine? Jackie? All in favor? Congratulations, Christine. Lori, do you want to swear everybody in individually, or?
So first, I really should swear the re-elected members. Oh. And
Okay.
But however you would like to do it,
If we keep going with the nominations and then
rather than going out.
we can do that. You got it. Any nominations for vice president?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Lori Giacobbe for Vice President of the school board.
Fantastic. Do we
I'll
have a
second that.
Thanks, Chrissy. All in favor? Congratulations, Lori. And last but certainly not least, do we have any nominations for secretary?
I'll nominate Matt Finelli for secretary.
I second that.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. So Christine, Lori, Christy and I are going to move our seats while the district clerk prepares your swearing in.
You're moving him?
Yes. Sorry.
That's right. Congratulations. Did I say congratulations? Congratulations. Christine, you. Right here. Congratulations.
Okay, where am I? Lindsay.
Yep.
Oh, yes, okay. What am I supposed to? I, Jacqueline DeMarco, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of trustee of the Eastchester Board of Education.
I, Christine Hagan, will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of trustee of the Eastchester Board of Education according to the best of my ability. I, Christine Lombardi, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties as President of the Board of Eastchester Board of Education. I, Lori Giacobbe, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Vice President of the Eastchester Board of Education according to the best of my ability.
I, Matthew Finelli, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Secretary of the Eastchester Board of Education.
Dr. Valenti, I'm going to
I presume.
give your oath. And then
I, Ronald E. Valenti, Valenti, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Superintendent of Schools of the Eastchester Union Free School District.
I, Lori Parada, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of District Clerk to the Eastchester Board of Education and the Eastchester School District.
Best laid plans of mice and men, so off they go awry. Yes.
Louise, you're up.
I, Louise Lynch, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of purchasing agent of the Eastchester Union Free School District. Same for everybody.
Okay, so it looks like we are up to item 9, annual board action items. Is that? Okay.
Individual votes, like, the first and second.
You have to do the roll call.
Okay. So for like purchasing agent, do I ask for a motion? Oh, just do it all? Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby approves the following annual appointments for the 2024-2025 school year. Purchasing agent Louise Lynch, student residency determination designee Dr. Valenti, records access officer Lori Parada, records management officer Janice Gerardi, freedom of information law officer Lori Parada, Title IX compliance officer Jeanette Messina, Title IX compliance officer Dr. Valenti, Section 504 Disabilities Compliance Officer. At the interim, it's Christy Garin. The Medical Director, Dr. Luis Corsaro. Homeless Liaison Interim, Erin McGee. Data Privacy Officer, Mr. Robert Jacoby. AED Coordinator, Rapaldi Arena, July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Okay, CSE, CPSE, 504 Committee Members, Jill Post, Erin McGee, Christy Garin, Bianca Batiste Galeppi, Francesco Bello, Gianna Fleischman, Marcy Gachaline, Margarita Majorana, Melissa Scher, Barbara Virtuoso, Dana Mosca. So do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second? Rob? Okay. All in favor? Okay.
Motion passes unanimously.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. There's no rookie shirt here.
All right.
So we've already taken the oath administered to Dr. Valenti. We're up to the board's president's report. I don't have anything officially to report, but I just want to say that I am honored to be nominated for this position along with Lori. For those in Zoom land who don't really know who I am, I'm Christine Civitano Lombardi. By trade, I'm a practicing attorney. I and I work for an insurance company. I value high-profile cases. My company is also fortunate to have access to pro bono work. And when I do have the available time to do so, I do help out with like the New York City legal aid department, helping kids who, in which the city's kind of, their 504s and IEPs kind of fell through the cracks. So I help get the legal services to help them get them into schools that will help get them back on track. So I'm happy for this position. Lori?
Thank you, everyone. I'm honored to be vice president alongside Christine. And I was a teacher in New York City for 5 years. I have my master's in special education and literacy. I have a boy going into Ann Hutch, and then one in the future going to Waverly, and then another one on the way. But I'm going to work my hardest and put all my hard work and effort into this role. So thank you. And I'm honored to be vice president this year.
You good?
And I would also like to thank everyone for the nomination to be board secretary in this upcoming cycle. I will say, I think the hard work and dedication of all of the staff in this past year, and as I sit here tonight, I see some new appointees that will have some existing principals that we've already appointed. I think we're all very excited about this upcoming school year, and I want to thank all of the staff, anyone that's watching, for everything that's been accomplished thus far and for all that will be accomplished next year. So I know I'm excited about having a lot of the folks here. We're going to meet some of the new appointees this evening as part of the superintendent's report, which I think we're all really excited about. And I'm happy to stay on with Christine and Lori to help provide some continuity from an officer perspective. So thank you.
Thanks, Matt. And with that, we're up to the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you. First of all, congratulations to the newly elected members of the board as officers. I look forward to working with you all. And a sincere thank you to our board officers who have served for the past year. This is a work that is not really recognized fully by the community, the number of hours that board members do put in. And I think it's important to state it publicly, not just during the month of October when we honor boards of education throughout the state, but I think it needs to be restated on a regular basis, the number of hours, the dedication, the commitment that our board members have to our students and to the broader community. So again, a hearty thank you on behalf of the entire staff and community. So to that end, if we could proceed to appointments, and I'm proud to announce that tonight we fulfilled the promise of filling each of the positions that we had a requirement to fulfill for the beginning of the new school year. And I'd like to begin with our Assistant Superintendent of Pupil Personnel Services, which quite frankly is a challenging position. But I'm delighted tonight to recommend to the board and to the community Jill Post. I've known Jill over the years. I've known her in several capacities. Had the pleasure of hiring her as a director in Greenberg for several years that she served prior to going to become the assistant superintendent in the Arlington School District, which is about an 8,500, 8,700 pupil district up north of us. And Jill currently serves in that capacity. So when I saw her application, I said, we really need to take another hard look at Jill. She's performed with distinction. The best way I could describe her briefly, she brings the whole package. Orton Gillingham, Wilson, you name it, in the field of special ed, Jill has been there and she's done that. And you can't find a better assistant superintendent than someone who's been there, done that, and by the way, done it well. Secondly, she's a mom who is a former president of SEPTA from Clarkstown, another large school district. And she speaks proudly of her parenthood as well as her professionalism. When you meld the two, she truly walks the talk. She's lived it. She practices it professionally. So I'm very proud tonight to bring to the podium Jill Post. Jill?
Wow, thank you. A little verklempt. It's lovely to be here. It's really an honor to be offered this position and accept this position in such a wonderful district of distinction. I've come from many wonderful places. I spent 30 years in New York City in multitudes of capacities of teacher for 20 years, administrator. I've worked with some amazing people. I work with amazing people currently. Everywhere I go, I learn from every teacher's classroom I walk into. I learn from every principal's building I walk through. I try to really absorb the culture of where I am. So hopefully the same will hold true, and as I get to meet more of the staff and the students, I really can't wait to get the kids in. I always like to remind everyone that Pupil Personnel Services is not just about special education, but it's really about all things student. So, you know, my position includes the homeless students, the foster students, the students who are disenfranchised in multitudes of ways. The students under Part 100 who are doing great are also my students. All the students are my students in the district. I share them with you. I share them with the administrative team. So I thank you for letting me work with your children. I thank you for letting me come in your buildings. I will be visiting. So hopefully we can go and walk buildings together, and the board can come and walk buildings with me, and we can, you know, just see all the great work that's been done and see where I can help you build and just continue to grow. So I'm excited to get started next month after a little vacation. Thank you.
Good. We will appoint all of the administrators who we're bringing up to the podium in our consent agenda a little bit later this evening. Next, I would like to introduce our Waverly Assistant Principal, Dana Damiano. And Dana, would you come up to the podium? And Caitlin, would you do the honors also? Caitlin and her team worked very hard to bring two finalists to central administration. And obviously, they thought Dana had the edge, and we found that to be true. So I'm going to let Caitlin tell you why. Caitlin?
Thank you. Good evening. So right from the beginning, as we're pouring through resumes, Dana stood out. And her resume speaks for itself. She has a wealth of knowledge from New York City. She spent 8 years down at Central Office, where she would train universal literacy coaches in the K-2 world. So she's trained over 500 literacy coaches in one of the biggest, in the biggest school district of around here, right? Of the country, the biggest school district. So I am so excited to have a thought partner who understands the hard work in the foundational grades, and I couldn't be more excited to welcome her into our district, into Waverly. She's already, brainstormed with me, and we've actually made a lot of headway, and I'm just excited, and welcome, Dana, to Waverly.
Good evening, everyone. I am truly honored to accept this appointment of a new assistant principal of Waverly School. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Valenti and the members of the board for entrusting me with this incredible opportunity. I am also thankful to Principal Capilano and Napolitano and Ms. Messina and all the teachers and staff that warmly welcomed me. I am your support and confidence in my abilities means so much to me, and I am committed to making you proud. Having grown up in Eastchester, it is wonderful to return home and work within the community that played a significant role in shaping who I am today. I am profoundly grateful to Principal Mandelli for her mentorship, guidance, and collaboration. I look forward to the partnership in igniting the love of learning in our kindergarten students, as well as preparing our first graders for their future educational journeys. Together, we will create a nurturing environment for our students where they can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. I am dedicated to collaborating with our talented team of educators, staff, and families to achieve this vision. So thank you so much for all your support and for welcoming me to the Eastchester family. I am excited to start this new beginning and continue the success of the district. Thank you so much.
Michael, can we have a Kodak moment? Put the appointee right in the middle.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before I introduce Joanna, I want to tell a little story about Diana Nakaj. When I first met Diana here in Eastchester, she was being recommended as an instructional literacy coach and certainly had the credentials for it. And as the interview proceeded, I became more and more impressed with her overall credentials. And when we talked about salary, I became even more convinced that she should be an administrator. And she said, "You know, it's funny you recommend that." She said, "I did apply as an assistant principal." I said, "Well, go for it." I said, "Because that's where you ought to be from several points of view." And lo and behold, here we are at Greenvale as an assistant principal. And Joanna Napolitano will tell us why. Joanna? And Diana, come on.
Good evening. So it was very clear from just the screenings that Diana quickly emerged as one of the most qualified candidates that we had screened. And then to meet her in person, her warm personality and her depth of knowledge immediately came through. We were so impressed with her background. She comes with an incredible background as a classroom teacher as well as an instructional coach with the DOE in the city. She also spent some time in the Cantona Lewis Borough School District as a teacher. What impressed me most about Diana is, first of all, we have pretty big shoes to fill with Caitlin, not easily replaced. But the relationship that Caitlin and I have is one of partnership. I don't look at the assistant principal as an assistant, but they are truly a partner. It takes a small village to run an elementary school on the day-to-day. And it was very clear that Diana could be both a thought partner and a work partner. And I am so excited for what the future holds for Greenvale because she will be bringing so much to the table. And I think that she is one of the puzzle pieces that is truly creating this dynamic team we have now at the elementary level. Waiting to add one more AP, but I think, the six of us together really are working in tandem and together to create something great here, not just at our individual schools, but for the greater good of Eastchester, and I know Diana will add to that. So I am proud to welcome Diana to Greenvale and to Eastchester.
Everybody. Just pull up my notes, excuse me. Good evening. I'm honored to be here tonight as I step into the role of assistant principal at Greenvale Elementary School. This opportunity is both a privilege and a responsibility that I embrace with enthusiasm and dedication. I'd like to thank Dr. Valenti, Ms. Messina, the hiring committee, and the board for your trust and support. I'd also like to thank Ms. Napolitano, as her encouragement and guidance have been invaluable to me already, and I only started last week. I'm eager to continue learning and growing together. Throughout my career in education, I've been passionate about fostering a nurturing and inclusive learning environment where every child feels valued and empowered to reach their full potential. I believe in the power of collaboration, and I'm committed to listening and learning as I get to know and work alongside Greenville's talented educators, supportive families, and most importantly, amazing students. Thank you once again for this incredible opportunity. I'm excited to embark on this new chapter and to contribute to Greenville's continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Lori reminded me that, Jill, you and I owe the community a picture. We'll do it right after this one, okay? Have you heard of pooch? I walk down the halls with Tom Puccini, and the kids say, pooch, pooch. Even the coaches. I'd say he's probably one of the most well-known of everyone here in the room tonight. I don't need to really talk about Tom. I think his credentials, his life in Eastchester, his growing up in the community, his excelling in sports, his knowing many of the coaches and PE teachers he currently works with, all of that speak for itself. I also have the pleasure of having Tom in my administrative courses. We'll be meeting this coming year at Hunter online, and I look forward to working with Tom not only here in Eastchester, but also being his professor as he completes his leadership studies. He's already passed the test for administration, but he must complete his master's, and he's going to do that. Tom is our assistant AD as of today. He's distinguished himself this past year working each of the seasons and learning the role of what it is to be a K-12 director, not just of athletics, but physical education, which he's also certified in, and health. We believe that in looking for a successor to the incumbent, it is wise to hit the pause button, allow ourselves an interim, and have Tom as a teacher on leave, who will leave his recently tenured, you will recall Tom was here in May earning tenure as a special educator in the middle school. So he's taking a leave from that position, will perform the duties of interim, and hopefully when we post the position, will apply for the full-time administrative position. But Tom wants to get to know the job more deeply. We want to get to know Tom more deeply. And so, without trying to spin the future, let the future take its role. So on that note, very proud to introduce Tom Puccini and ask him to say a few words. Tom?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by thanking the Board of Education and Dr. Valenti for this opportunity. It truly is incredible, and it's really coming full circle, graduating from here in 2014, coaching, teaching, it's incredible. I'd also like to thank a few of my mentors, because I wouldn't be here without some of the people I'm going to thank. First off, I'd like to thank Coach Fred DiCarlo, Coach Dom Cesiri, Dr. Capuano, Chris Fiore, and Dr. Peter McCarthy of Manhattan College. Those people have truly shaped me into who I am professionally, and I really want to thank everyone. I'd also like to thank Ms. Stephanie Bondi, my administrative assistant down in the athletics office, for really helping me out. She's incredible. Along with some past ADs that I've served under, including Jay Carroll, Tom Lehman, and Brad Gitlin, their guidance and support, learning the ropes from them, it's been incredible, and I'm very excited for this opportunity. Again, I'd like to thank Dr. Valenti and Jeanette Messina for their guidance, support, and supervision. We just came off of one of the best years in Eastchester athletics history, and I want to take that success and take it to the moon. We want to build on that success. We have some of the best coaches, some of the best athletes around, and some of the best people that work in our department, not just athletics, physical education, and health as well. So with all the incredible student athletes, our facilities department, our incredible coaches, we're going to take the Eastchester athletics to the next level, and I'm very fortunate to be here, and I want to thank you all for that. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Jill. Thank you, Michael. Oh, and by the way, as of 3 o'clock this afternoon, we finalized the search for the Ann Hutch assistant principalship. I can't reveal the name tonight for obvious reasons, that it wasn't on board docs, so the board can't take action. But Laura did meet with us and was delighted that we're able to move forward. So I will say that a letter was given fundamentally appointing the individual, and she will be joining us in August. Is that right, Laura? I think, yeah, 12th, August 12th. Currently, obviously, is employed gainfully, so must render her 30 days, and then is taking a little bit of time in Europe, but we're going to get her that week before. So she'll be joining us mid-August, spend some time with Laura and the Ann Hutch team, and then we'll be fully with us for the end of August. Okay? So that's good news as well. Moving right along, you recall that we wanted to expand the algebra regents to more students. That was one of our goals. In fact, it's a board priority under our academic outcomes. And we don't talk enough about evaluating, did it work? How well did it work? Could it work better? And tonight I'd like to say a few words about that. I do want to commend Madeline LeBeau and her team for the hard work they did in bringing us to this point. We had 166 students take the Algebra Regents exam in June. Now, the total population of grade 8 is 259. Those are our rising ninth graders. So literally 64% participated in Algebra Regents at grade 8. The trend in Eastchester had been in the low 40s. The goal, open it up to more students, including struggling learners. And I can't insist on doing that enough and broadening that for all of our programs at the secondary level. The passing rate was 100%. That's a wonderful number. The average score, 88%. That too is above the mastery number. When you disaggregate the data of the students who all passed, 103 got 85 or higher, 62%. 59 of the students, 36%, scored 75 or higher. And at level 3, 4 students, 2%, 65. But that's good news. We're not ashamed of that. We're not interested in seeing hundreds for everybody, or 90s for everybody, or 80s for everybody. We're interested in more students being more challenged and struggling to proficiency, to passing, to demonstrating, hey, I too can be part of that group. So I think this pilot needs to be expanded more. We're doing that with earth science. So now we'll have algebra R and earth science regents on the table for our middle school for this coming year. And we hope it's the beginning of a trend to get more of our students into accelerated courses, a trend to invite more of our students into honors courses, a trend to get more of our students into advanced placement courses, a trend to suggest that maybe every student someday graduating from Eastchester High School will have taken at least one advanced placement course. Ladies and gentlemen, the walls must come down. The windows must be opened, adjournamento, as they say. We've got to let more of our students breathe the fresh air of academic challenge. So, let the experiment continue. Finally, this is our opportunity for public comment on the district-wide safety plan. 30 days ago, we introduced it. It is on the website. If any members of the community still want to make comment, feel free to go to our website and please notify either John Kruger, who is our Director of Security, or the district administration, Jeanette Messina, who I again want to thank for the hard work she's done on personnel and getting us to this point of completion with the searches. Jeanette has truly worked very hard, sometimes in the shadows, but she's really a stalwart in terms of what we've accomplished. So anyway, any opportunity for public comment, we welcome that. And that would conclude my report. Are there any questions from the board or comments?
No, I just want to welcome all the new administrative appointments. Kind of to echo with Pooch said about taking the Eastchester Athletics to the moon. I think with the new appointments of the administrators of the APs and the principals, I think we're going to take also the academics to the moon as well. As many of the community know, we all have children in various grades, Waverly up through the high school, and to see a fresh slate of new administrators is a good thing. And we look forward to this successful school year. So thank you and welcome, everyone.
Thanks, Christine. And if I could just make one comment for the public record as it pertains to safety and security. At the beginning of last year, we set out, and one of our strategic priorities is safety and security. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, if our children and our staff are not safe in our schools, nothing else matters. That will continue to be a priority for this board to ensure that our students and our staff feel safe and secure every single day when they come into our buildings, whether that's our central office or one of the individual school buildings. So please, to Dr. Valenti's point, that plan has been up on the website for 30 days. If there's any comments, questions, please reach out to the Board of Education, reach out to our district clerk, the administration, but that is paramount and that will continue to be a priority for this board. Thank you, Christine.
And last announcement, on Thursday, this coming Thursday, July 11th, we will have the entire administrative team together for a full-day administrative retreat. So we're beginning early on to get the team together and to start moving to make next year the best year ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Valenti. So we are up to item 13, the consent agenda. Do I have a motion? Jackie.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda, which includes the following: 14, approval of minutes; 15, personnel agenda; 16, Committee on Preschool Special Education recommendations; 17, pupil personnel recommendations; 18, educational and curriculum and instruction; 19, business office recommendations; 20, other business items.
Okay, do I have a second? Matt, all in favor? All right, consent agenda passes. And let's see, what are we up to now? Okay. Sorry, Lori. Okay, and then we are now up to our future meeting dates. Our next meeting date will be August 27th, where we'll have a regular meeting, and then September 10th is a regular meeting with a work session on the 24th. And now we are up to the comments from the public, as Matt so eloquently stated throughout all of last year. Thanks, Matt, for the script. So when you please come up for the comment section, please state your name and address for the record. We welcome all public comments, but please be respectful. You are also limited to, the time for the public comments is limited to 30 minutes, and you will have an individual hard stop at 3 minutes. And just as a reminder, this is not a question and answer session, so please also refrain from individual names, and if you have a specific discussion or a question, please feel free to email either Dr. Valenti or the Board of Ed. Thank you. Any comments? Okay. So with that, I will be adjourning this meeting. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Matt, do I have a second? Lori, all in favor? Okay.
Okay, very good.
Congratulations.
Oh,
You got
thank
three
you.
first.
Yeah, I had to borrow Lori's computer. Yours went dead.
Oh, my computer went dead.
Chris,
Sorry.
I was like, oh, thanks. Okay.